come to you about on the numbers and the metrics, but how has that led to conversion? As you mentioned, that over the years it started out as for creating awareness, and then it led to, of course, a bit of a commerce coming in on the digital front. What has been the conversion? How has that helped you with as far as the the incremental revenue is concerned? Also, I want to understand the percentage that it occupies in the ad pie.
Sure. So the way it's an interesting thing of what metrics do behind the creators, right? Initially, there was a point in time when it was how many views are you getting? How is it impacting brand health metrics, which were good. Then I think we moved into engagement, saying when there is content with creators, does it become more engaging? What do they drive for you? What level of newness, authenticity do they do for the brand, etc. But with commerce coming in, it's a much sharper return on ad spend. And I think with a lot of learning, we are now at a stage where influencer-based performance marketing is as good as any other performance marketing in terms of ROAS. And what it also gives you is, because you have an influencer putting out content, the nuancing of it is much better than probably just traditional performance marketing.
So isn't the ROAS better when it comes to influencers as opposed to onboarding a celebrity? Because of course your investment is a lot lesser, the reach is much greater, because influencers come with their own set of distribution, right?
Absolutely. So I don't think you can compare the two, because they operate for different objectives. Where the way it works for creators is you get scale. Right? So today we operate with over 10,000 creators every month putting out content that drives ROAS, where we as a brand benefit, they as creators get to monetize themselves. So that's kind of how it works, and therefore it's much sharper. We of course also work with celebrities, but to drive different objectives.
The rise of D2C brands. There's so many brands that came about that are catering to Gen Z, and especially the changing fashion trends. How is that? Do you see that as a competition, or is it that you're onboarding these brands as well on Myntra as a platform?
We are a platform for all brands, right? So for us, as they open up more avenues, as they find more use cases, we love it, right? Because overall the pie will grow. So that's the starting point. But the consumer insight that you spoke about actually starts interestingly with how Gen Z look at things. A lot of millennials start brand first, right? Global brand, Indian brand, D2C brand, ethnic brand, whatever. But they start brand first, and then they look at what styles should I wear, etc. Gen Z starts with trend first. So they are almost agnostic. I wouldn't say completely, but almost agnostic of brands, or not agnostic, they would be a second layer for them. So they will be trend first, and then they will see which brands are providing me. And that allows, again, for democratization and more brands to come forth and share their offerings.
Sundar, the big buzzword right now is AI. In fact, the way shoppers are shopping online, AI has a big role to play, specifically after COVID, that really picked up. And of course, Myntra has been using AI to its advantage, has been using it in the past. But through marketing lens, how has AI been an enabler for you?
Yeah, I think AI has been a great enabler all across, right? And again, because today is all about Gen Z, they are people who lean in much more. When we launched Fashion GPT, which is a conversational search on our platform, we found the biggest use cases coming.
Fashion GPT, like Chat GPT.
So Fashion GPT is the conversational search feature on our platform, and we found Gen Z leaning in much more because they want to try something else. They want to. They are comfortable in trying out something new. Similar example was used for us on the beauty side. We have a feature called Product Try-On, but more from a multiple products, so you can see your overall look. Earlier, all the product try-ons that exist in the market is about trying on either a lipstick or an eyeshadow or something. This is the first feature where you can look at your complete look and try that on and then make your purchases. We found these features working wonderfully well for Gen Z because, again, they lean in, they want to try more. And I think it stems from the fact that they want to research more on their own and try to figure out what's right. So that's been super useful. On the marketing side, I know everyone talks about AI now, but everything that's been done in the world of performance marketing, for example, has been AI driven for quite a few years, right? We don't see it from a front-facing perspective, but everything that you see on social media is driven by an AI engine at the back, and that also works for the ads that you see. the engine that kind of optimizes for return of ad spend across social media platforms relies on something like AI. So those are places where it works. We are also now looking at how it can help us in improving imagery from an AI perspective, whether it's in ads or whether it is on our platform. Very early stages, because from everything fashion and beauty, it's a much sharper focus of how the look works, etc. So you can't just easily fake it. It requires a nuance, and all AI models today are learning more and more. But that's the journey that we are in to figure out how to use those.